morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, and the daily support, resistance, and pivot levels. It is Monday, the 17th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, it's been a choppy start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall back through the pivot at 11,850 to support a run at the first major resistance level, saying at 12,008. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break out from Sunday's high that was at 11,940.5. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, first major resistance level should cap any upside. We're seeing plenty of resistance at 12,000. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level sitting at 12,099. Fall back through the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 11,759 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see Bitcoin avoid sub 11,600 levels. Second major support level at 11,601 should limit any downside. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a narrowing of the bullish histogram, suggestive of a possible pullback through the morning. 50 EMA narrowing marginally against 100 and 200, but nothing conclusive. So key through the morning would be to avoid a fall through that pivot level back to the morning low that was at 11,803. A move back through to 11,900s would bring 12,000s and that first major resistance level into play. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, slightly bearish start to the morning after an impressive weekend. Going to need to see EOS avoid a fall through the pivot level at 3.7826 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 4.8029. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break out from yesterday's highs. So expect plenty of resistance at 4. Fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 3.579 into play. Should see EOS avoid sub 3.5s. Second major support level sits at 3.2787. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a widening of the bearish histograms. We are, however, seeing the 50 EMA continue to widen against 100 and 200. So avoiding a fall through the pivot level should support a move through to 4s to target that first major resistance level. Another breakout, we've got the second major resistance level sitting at 4.2865 to cap any upside. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, also a bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 428 to target the first major resistance level sitting at 443. Going to need to see a broad-based crypto rally, however, for Ethereum to break back through to 440s and a breakout from yesterday's high that was at 437. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. Event of a breakout, got 450s and the second major resistance level at 452 to limit any upside. A fall through the pivot, bring the first major support level sitting at 419 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, Ethereum should continue to avoid sub 400s. Second major support level sits at 403 to limit any downside. Looking at the MACDs, we're seeing a narrowing of the bullish histograms, suggestive and supporting this morning's pullback. 50 EMA, however, is widening marginally against the 100 and the 200. So key through the morning would be to avoid a fall through the pivot and to break through to 440s to support a run at the major resistance levels on the day. Finally, moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, particularly bearish start to the morning after the final hour rally yesterday. So Ripple's XRP would need to avoid a fall back through the pivot level at 0.3005 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 0.3090. Going to need to see support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high that was at 0.3048. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level at 0.3133 and the 23.6% fib at 0.3134 to limit any upside. The fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level at 0.2962 into play. Barring extended sell-off should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 0.29s. Second major support level sits at 0.2877. Looking at the MACD, similar trend from the broader market. We're seeing a narrowing of the bullish histograms. 50 EMA is holding against the 100 and the 200, however. So key through the morning would be to avoid a pullback through the pivot and the morning low to support a move back through that first major resistance level to target 0.31 levels.